forget where you're coming from. King Shango set the trend. Yo, I want them. Mama.
Right, so mock lesson. Let's get into it. Your mock lesson with Itutorgroup will be no more than 5 minutes, okay? The mock lesson with Itutorgroup is between 3 to 5 minutes, okay? The full interview is 15 minutes, okay? So they'll spend a bit of time talking to you like I described before. But the actual mock demo lesson is 3 to 5 minutes, okay? So guys, it's important that you have an impact in that short space of time. You haven't got long. You've got 3 to 5 minutes to show the prospective employer what you can do, okay? What you're worth. So guys, don't waffle on. Don't do anything extra that you don't need to do. Just get straight to the point. When you do the mock lesson for your interviewer, they will say to you, you do not need to do an introduction, okay? By introduction, you don't need to do, at the beginning of your lesson, you don't need to say, hi, my name is Teacher Deezer, what is your name? And all of that kind of things. With other companies, you need to do that as part of your mock lesson, definitely. And of course, if you are teaching in real life, you have to do that with every lesson, every new student that you meet. With Itutorgroup, they will say, you don't have to do an introduction, you can get straight into the lesson, okay? So make sure you do that. You have 3 to 5 minutes, remember? We're not wasting any time. So mock lesson time. Okay, so this is one of the lessons, or one of the demo lessons that Itutorgroup provide for you. To be honest, this is the most common lesson that people teach as part of their demo lesson. So there are 3 lessons. Remember I told you there are 3. We're going to have a look at them, but this lesson is the most popular one. Every interviewer is different. Some interviewers will say to you, what lesson would you like to teach? And you can choose. Some interviewers will say, can you teach lesson 1? Okay, now can you teach lesson 3? Okay. And some will just automatically go to this one. We'll just say, can you do this lesson? So this is the most popular lesson for interviewers to choose for you to teach. So we're going to go through this one in depth. Guys, now have a look at this on the screen. It says teaching notes, introduces the new people, mum and dad. And at the bottom it says, she's my mum, he's my dad. So it's very vague. There's no information. There is no part where it says teacher must say this, student responds like this. Some companies will do that for you. They will write out everything that you must say, word for word, okay? Itutorgroup does not do that. So you've got to put on your thinking cap and you've got to think for yourself. What's the best way to teach this lesson? What's the best way to have an impact? You have 3 to 5 minutes to teach this, okay? Okay, guys, let's get straight into the lesson. So, this is how I would start. Mom. 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 Good job. Mom. 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 Good job. Well done. Okay. Dad. 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 Good job. Dad. Well done. Good job. Okay. You get a star. Well done. Okay. She is my mum. Okay, guys, I'm just coming out of character. At this point, the interviewer will make a mistake on purpose, okay? So you've just indicated to the child that you want them to say, she is my mum. The interviewer will definitely do something like this. She, my mum, as a child, okay? So, she is my mum. She is my mum. She is mine. Awesome. Well done. Good job. Okay. He is my dad. You say, he is my. He is my dad. Well done. You get 2 stars. Awesome. High five. Okay, guys, that's a really simple, very quick demonstration of the mock lesson. I think that's exactly what I did. So you can see that you don't have to do this. This is not going to be a deal breaker, but I printed pictures of the mum and the dad, okay, to match the mum and dad on the screen. And this was just to use as reinforcement, okay, to that student. So mum, they can see it on the screen, they can see it here, dad, okay. Using reward, I just use the stars, okay. What Itutorgroup are looking for, they don't want you to go around the hills, they don't want you to go around the valleys, they don't want you to do lots of talking, okay. And this is with a lot of companies. Remember, these children do not know English, and if they do, they know limited English. We don't need to be doing big introductions. Hi, today we're going to learn about mum and dad. Do you have a mum and dad? And all of that. They're not looking for that, okay? They're looking for you to get to the point. You've got to think about it. If you were learning Chinese and somebody was talking at you, saying all of these instructions, saying all of these things, you wouldn't understand. It would be confusing. So we need to think about limiting the amount of talking you are doing, get straight to the teaching, get straight to the point, okay? So it's just, you would have seen me say, I started my lesson, Mom, good job. Dad, and so on, okay? Total physical response. This is very important, okay? This is key. So you're not expected to teach a lesson and you're just sitting there saying, Mom, can you say, Mom, Dad? No, you've got to be active, you've got to be smiling throughout, and you've got to use TPR, total physical response. That means using your hands to convey a message, okay? So when I'm saying, Dad, I want them to have a look at my mouth, see how I'm pronouncing the sounds, how I'm saying the words, okay? And when I'm cusping my ear, this means, can you say, Dad? You say, Dad. Okay, so this is, let me hear you say it now, okay? Fingers, when I'm using my fingers, I am signaling to them the amount of words in that sentence. So when the child or when the teacher acting as a child made the mistake on purpose by saying, she is Mom. Okay, so to reinforce that full sentence, I then said, she is my mum. So there are 4 words in this sentence. Can you remember what the 4 words are? She is my mum, you say, and you can, she is my mum. Good job, okay? Praise, very important, very important. You want to be praising them throughout the lesson. You want to be rewarding them. So like I use the stars, okay? You can use smiley faces, you can use whatever you like. So remember, it's 3 to 5 minutes long. At the end of the demo lesson, you will get a chance to ask questions. They will give you a little bit more information about what happens if you get the job and what you need to do, okay? I want to very quickly show you the other lessons as well. I'm not going to go through them in great detail, but I want to show you them too. Okay guys, this is the second lesson, that second demo mock lesson that Itutorgroup have. You may be asked to teach this, you may not. Not many people are asked to teach this, okay? So it says, teaching notes, introduce the sentences, stand up and sit down with actions through having the game with students. I don't think you can see at the bottom, but it says stand up, sit down. So guys, just have a think about how would you present this lesson, okay? What props would you use? You're definitely going to have to get up to demonstrate standing up and sitting down, okay? Something that I would probably use, I'd probably get some big arrows, make some big black or red arrows to first introduce the word up and down, and then I'd probably stand up and demonstrate standing up, sit down, and you can have the arrows at the same time. So that's just a really quick example, okay? Okay, and the final lesson is an adult lesson, or for somebody older, and it's all about cell phones. So you can see there are some questions. How often do you use it? Where don't you use it? Why? What are the most typical users? with this one, I actually had to do one. I actually did this one on one of my, as part of my mock lesson, as well as the first lesson, children's lesson. So with this, you want to probably say, okay, you want to start something like, okay, remember, these are adults. These are not children. We're not doing all of this TPR with children, with adults, okay? We're not treating them as children. They're adults. So to start the lesson, you may want to say, do you have a cell phone? And you can show them, do you have a cell phone? Yeah, okay, good. So how often do you use your cell phone? You may just want to be wary of certain words like often or often, however you want to say it. Some people, some adults for whom English is not their first language may not understand such words as often. So you will be able to tell if they understand or not. So if they look a little bit confused, you may say, oh, my cell phone, I use every day. I use it every day. Do you use your cell phone every day? How often do you know? So you can introduce new words like that. So you're going to ask them the questions. Where don't you use it? Why? So you get into a discussion with that adult learner. You're getting into a discussion by answering questions and answering the questions, okay? And there is a little bit more information on there. There is some vocabulary that you need to make sure that you explain, which is non-existent, as you can see on the screen, okay? So adult learners are a little different, of course, okay? So that is really just a very brief rundown of Itutorgroup. Okay, just Itutorgroup. Guys, I would say there are some things that I have said and shown you in this video that of course applies to other companies, but I wanted to make it very specific to Itutorgroup. So if you are applying for other companies, please research what they require. I am going to do another video on some of the other companies, okay? Because like I said in the beginning, Itutorgroup's recruitment process, I think, is very different from the other companies, okay? From 90% of the other companies, I think it's quite different. It's a lot easier, I would say. It's a lot quicker. If you are going for one of the other companies, your interview and your demo are definitely going to be longer. The longest demo lesson I had to teach, I think, was about 25 minutes, okay? And I had, like, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 slides to go through. Completely different. I didn't just have one slide where I had 3 to 5 minutes. So I am going to do another video on how to do those mock lessons, and I will be showing you an example of an actual mock lesson too, just like I did with Itutorgroup. Just to finish up with, guys, if you do get through the interview and the mock lesson and you are successful, you will have to then go through training, okay? So it's not just a case of I've conquered the interview, I've done the mock lesson, now I can teach. No, you have training to do. Training can last anywhere between a couple of hours, couple of days, just depends on the company. With Itutorgroup, the training you have to do, you do it in your own time. You choose when you do the training, okay? They may say, oh, you need to complete the training within the next 7 days, 5 days, whatever the case may be. Itutorgroup training is very easy. All you have to do is log on to your account, and there are, I think, I can't exactly remember how many, but I think there are about 10 different sections that you need to complete. The training is all about information about the company. If you need to take time off, what's the procedures, what's the policies, being aware of how you speak to students, your conduct, and things like that, okay? So it's basically, you start with the first section of the training, and it will involve maybe you reading some material, reading something and answering questions, or a lot of the time you have to just watch a short video and answer the questions about the video, okay? So at the end you get a little test, or they call it a quiz, but it's like a little test. You have to get 100% correct on each test or on each quiz before they will allow you to open your schedule and, you know, start to take bookings. Don't worry, you can take the test or the quiz as many times as you like. If you fail it the first time, you can take it 100 times over, okay? It's a walk in the park. It's really easy. There's no reason why anybody shouldn't be able to pass it, okay? So you do your training. Once you've done your training, they will open your schedule. You can, you know, slot the times or the hours that you are available to work, and then they will start to put lessons in your availability, and you're good to go, okay? They do pay by direct deposit into a bank account. A lot of the Chinese companies by law now have to pay you directly into your account. When I first started, most of the companies paid by PayPal. Very few companies still do, but most will pay you through a direct deposit into a bank account. Okay, so make sure you give them the correct details, not only your account number, but if you're using an account outside of China, you have to give them, if you're in America, a routing number and a SWIFT number as well. If you're in Jamaica, it will be your SWIFT number and your account number. Okay, guys, I think that's it for Itutorgroup. Again, if you have any questions, do hit me up on Instagram at datmisehtv, on Facebook at datmisehtv. Leave a comment. You know the rest. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope that, guys, you can benefit from it. I really want to see you guys winning. Okay, I want to see more people being able to just come out here and live or go wherever you want to, whatever country it is, and being able to sustain yourself and to live the life that you wanted. And I just want to be here to share some of my experiences and share some of my knowledge and some of the things I've learned. So guys, go and check out Itutorgroup, okay? Go and fill in your application forms and let's get it started. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you so much again for your support. It's just out of this world, honestly. Thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Dat miseh.
This one has got to be now, 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 now. Hey, Mr. Cruz. If it's money, we don't talk about it, cause we don't brag about it. House on the hill, that's how we go about it.